We all know that reverse osmosis and deionized water is the right solution for reef tanks. But how do you get the best RODI system for a reef tank? How do you get the cheapest one? Or even the easiest to use one? Let's find out. Today you'll find the top choice for a vast majority of reefers out there. You'll also find out what the other ones do and why they might be the right choice for you instead. So let's dive in to find out which one is the best RODI system for reef tank. The first system is the 4-stage system. Straight to the point, this is the #1 seller. Meaning the system that most of you actually pick up. And that's probably because it's the most affordable option with 4 stages. It's the most portable as well. If you live in a condo, or apartment, or even have limited space in your house, it's a great option because you can actually just go put it away under the sink. Put it wherever you need to do it and then pull it out when you need it. And it's ready to go and you can put it away afterward. So most portable and most affordable. This 4-stage RODI is an attractive entry point for those first-time reefers who are looking to do. This RODI is 95% better than they were before with that balance of cost and effort. It will create 0 TDS water and it's upgradable in the future, which is why we call it an entry point. You can add on down the road to make it the best RODI system for reef tanks. Our next up is the 5-stage system. This is the one that I recommend in a vast majority of cases. Simply because it works better on a wider array of disinfectants that are put in municipal water supplies. And even some of the chemicals may end up even in just your well water. Particularly if you're near agriculture. So the only real difference between the 5 stages and over 4 is they added on another carbon block. There are 2 of them here. And they're that universal carbon block, which actually pulls out a wider array of contaminants heavier. You can just see right through it. It has more carbon than most carbon blocks out there. And because of that, you don't have to worry about whether you have chlorine or chloramines or any of that stuff in your water. You don't have to call it the city or test the water. You just know that you're covered in this case, regardless of what your city uses for disinfecting your water. And that's why the 5-stage system is just actually probably the best value that covers the most cases and is just the easiest to use. It can be your best RODI system for reef tanks. Next is the 6th stage, is the least popular of what you guys are picking up. But that's probably because we don't understand the value of the 6 stages. Here it is. If you have the tendency to be lazy about your filter changes, specifically the de-resin, the 6th stage has you covered with the 2nd stage of de-resin. So when my first one's depleted, I have a backup. Yeah. So the way that this will work is it will get depleted from the top up, or the bottom up to the top, meaning it will change color. So it's really easy to see when the de-resin is getting depleted because it changes from a blue color to like golden brown color. And when it gets to the top you just swap out the resin. However, what if you are not around or you are a little lazy about changing it out? Well, now when it's totally depleted it's going to add some of those contaminants into your water bin. Which you obviously don't want. That's why the 2nd stage is actually so valuable, because you can let it deplete the whole way if you wanted to. Ideally, you would do a change out just before it hits the end. But what if you're not around or you make a mistake? Well, with the second one, you really don't have to worry about it because you're covered. And then once it's depleted, go ahead and take out the depleted one. Put the old one in the first spot and our brand new one in the second housing. And you're always covered. You have redundancy and you really don't have to pay that close attention to when the de-resin runs out. Also, with the 6 stages, you're now getting some more fittings as well in the whole package. Which is probably valuable to some people. You're a little bit more committed to your reef tank probably when you pick this up, you will understand. And because of that, you might want to install it permanently. So both the 4 and 5 state systems come with the most common connections being a laundry hose or a garden hose attachment. Or a laundry faucet rather, and you can screw right on your laundry tub and provide water to the system, but also for a common kitchen or bathroom sink. There is a little adapter. You can just shoot it right out from there, just change your aerator. There are some even adapter rings that come with it. Well, what if you want to permanently attach it underneath your sink? With the 6th stage, you have a ball valve so I can turn it on and off. You also have a little connection for the lines underneath the sink, so you can connect it permanently. And you can also connect the drain of your waste line right into the trap under the sink. So along with all the redundancy advantages of the 2 stages, you also get some more fittings to make that permanent connection as well. Now we get to the 7th stage, which we call the Pro Series. If you want to know you have the best RODI system for reef tank, the most efficient, the lowest cost filter changes, and that you just have this RODI question permanently solved, this is it. The big deal with the 7-stage Pro is the 3 stages of de-resin here. It's not just the same type of resin run in redundancy. It's actually different types of resin for specific purposes in here running series to produce a better result. One of the ways that it does that is it operates at a different pH in each canister, which changes the form of some of the contaminants into forms that are actually easier to remove ammonia gas. Silicone is a prime example, but also it's more efficient, meaning that the entire canister is optimized for negatively or positively charged ions. And it has a way higher capacity for those things now as well. So you're going to get more use out of it. It saves a lot of money specifically for those of you that are looking for a solution for high CO2 in your water. Changing out just the anion resin will absolutely do that for you. And again, it doesn't visually, you can just see when it's time to change it out because it will get to the top. And that last one is always that buffer here. So it doesn't really matter if one of them went just a little too far. You're going to change out these canisters much less frequently. Probably do half the filter changes and half the work. The 7-stage Pro really the endgame for those who are going to be reefing for a long time. If you may end the game, you can still start with that 4-stage system and just add on canisters as you go and grow into it.